My screen visible?
Yes,
so let's start with prayers. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Brajmandal Parikrama ki. Okay, so we were here yesterday. If you see this place, this is called Kokilavan. And from Kokilavan, we are going to a place called Khelanavan. This is the place that we are here today. So what is the pastime of Khelanavan? Of course, we've been to Kosi. I don't want to go the route that we've taken so far, but it is the place that we're going to go and see today is Khelanavan. Khelanavan is famous for the enchanting, playful pastimes of the Lord. So Krishna used to go with his cowherd boys and they used to play. They used to have some sports there. That's why the name is Khelanavan. So we will see from Krishna book very interesting games that this cowherd boys used to play. But before we do that, I would like you to see this picture of Krishna and Balaram going with the calves. This is when they were not grown enough to graze the cows. Right? So Pauganda Leela has not started, and they were taking the calves, and you can see all the elderly gopis. They were looking constantly Krishna Balaram. Mother Yashoda would come and see whether Krishna's waist belt is tight or not. And she would come running and saying that, well, Krishna, your waist belt is not tight. So again, she'll do that. Then after some time, again, she'll be looking and she'll again come running saying that your peacock feather is not all right. And then like that, so finally Krishna would say, please allow me to go, Mother Yashoda. It's time for me to go and graze the calves, otherwise they will remain here. Bhagavatam mentions Mother Yashoda and Rohini, they keep looking till the last speck of dust merges with the horizon. That much of eagerness. So the wonderful pastime in Khelanavan, I'll speak from Bhagavatam. Before I do that, there is a very beautiful, this thing. It's got revealed. Okay, it doesn't matter now. So there is a verse which is spoken by Parikshit, and he is telling to Sukadev Goswami after the death of Putana why we should hear this wonderful pastime of Krishna's childhood pastime. So the verse goes like this: Sri Raja Uvacha Yena Yena Avatarena Bhagavan Harireshwaraha Karoti Karna Ramyani Manogyani Chana Yena Yena Avatarena Bhagavan Harireshwara. So the Lord may have many incarnations, but when he comes as Krishna, which is human-like, Yena Yena Avatarena Bhagavan Harireshwara Karoti Karna Ramyani. The pastimes of the Lord when he is coming as a child or as a human being is very pleasing to Karna Ramyani, Manogyani, not just to the ears, but also to our mind. Because the mind is so restless, so turbulent, so fickle. Manogyani Chana Prabhu. And it makes one person a Gyani. Manogyani Chana Prabhu. So he is requesting Sukadev Goswami that please continue to narrate this wonderful pastimes of Krishna. And in the next verse, it is mentioned what happens when one hears the pastime of Krishna. There are 5 effects. Yat Shunvata Apaiti Aratir Vitrishna Sattvam Cha Suddheti Achirena Pumsha. Bhaktir haro tat purushe cha sakhyam tadeva haram vadamanyase cha. Yat shrunvato apaiti aratir vitrashna. So when we hear this wonderful nectarian pastimes of the Lord, apaiti, it vanishes. It destroys. Apaiti, the word apaiti means it just vanishes. What? Aratir. Actually, in the conditioned state in this material world, we don't have a rati, attraction for Krishna. A ratir. And one can't fake this. You can't fake this that now I've become attracted to Krishna's pastime, because this gets tested at the time of death. Right? As it happened in the case of Parikshit, who was about to die, he quit all his activities and absorbed his mind in hearing Krishna Katha. But unless one develops a taste, a rati, attraction, you can't fake it. So yat shunvata apaiti aratir. Sometimes mothers give some bitter pills to the children in the midst of some sweet palatable things. You can't do that for developing a taste for hearing Krishna Katha. But what is the solution? Solution is, if you keep hearing more and more, you automatically develop an attraction. And Krishna's childhood pastimes, playing with his cowherd boys and calves and cows, very attractive because one can relate to it. Yat shunvato apaiti aratir vitrishna. Vitrishna is another big problem. Trishna is all this material hankerings. The hankerings that one has in this material world, unlimited, incessant, continuous, increasing. Vitrishna, vitrishna. There is a cessation of that. Yat shunvato apaiti aratir vitrishna. Elsewhere in Bhagavatam it is mentioned, there is a verse which Uddhav speaks to Krishna. Tapatrayena avihitasya ghore santapyamanasya bhavad vanisha pasyami naya charanam tavangri dvandota patrat amrita abhivarsha. Tapatrayena bhitasya ghore. Tapatrayena bhitasya ghore. This material world, we are getting constantly heated up because of these desires. Tapatrayena bhitasya ghore. And this is very fearful. We want more and more and more. Yadil mange more. But actually that more is creating more heat, more tensions. Tapatrayena bhitasya ghore. Santapya manasya bhavad bhanisha. Santapya manasya. People who are tormented, they can immediately get relief. Like a person who's going in a rainy day can be protected by the umbrella. Similarly, just taking the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. All this tapatrayasya, tapatrayena bhitasya ghore. One can get relief from that. So yat shrunvata apaiti aratir vitrishna. Vitrishna, all these trishnas, there is no other way. The trishnas in life, they don't go just by satisfying that. Rather, it burns with more vigor. So yat shrunvato apaiti aratir vitrishna. Then sattvam cha suddheti achirena pumsa. Sattvam cha suddheti. Our existence becomes purified. Sattvam cha suddheti achirena pumsa. Bhaktir haro tat purushe cha sakhyam tadeva haram vadamanyase. There are two more things. I would not go because we have time constraints. But the wonderful translation is, King Parikshit said, My Lord Sukadev Goswami, all the various activities exhibited by the incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are certainly pleasing to the ear and to the mind. Simply by one's hearing of these activities, the dirty things in one's mind immediately vanish. Apaiti. Generally, we are reluctant to hear about the activities of the Lord, but Krishna's childhood activities are so attractive that they are automatically pleasing to the mind and ear. Thus, one's attachment for hearing about material things, which is a root cause of material existence, vanishes. And one gradually develops devotional service to the Supreme Lord. This is the fourth one. Attachment for Him, fifth one. And friendship with devotees who give us the contribution of Krishna consciousness. If you think it fit, kindly speak about those activities of the Lord. So those activities of the Lord, when Krishna and Balaram have left in the day, in the morning, and they are going to graze these cows, what happens? So this is from Krishna book written by Srila Prabhupada. Very interesting. What kind of sports they play? Of course, in various parts of Krishna book, there are various activities which are mentioned, like imitating the frog. The way frogs jump, they also jump like that. Then they go and produce some echo in a well. They will say some words. They will call out Shubhala, Madhumangal, and the echo will come. And then when the echo comes, they'll say, oh, my echo is superior to yours. Madhumangal, Madhumangal, Madhu. Subala, Subala, Subala. Then Krishna, Krishna, Krishna is superior. That's how they will play. Here, the Krishna book, it is mentioned, once the Lord desired to go early in the morning with all his cowherd boy friends to the forest, where they were to assemble together and take lunch. So they were carrying their lunch boxes and they will go to the forest. So this is called Manabhoji. Like they will sit in one place and enjoy their food, which is packed by their respective mothers. As soon as he got up from bed, he blew a buffalo horn and called all his friends together. I don't know if it's not here in this picture, but you can see he has a buffalo horn and he blew that horn. Everybody came hearing that sound. Keeping the calves before them, they started for the forest. In this way, Lord Krishna assembled thousands of his boy friends. Actually, the verse in Bhagavatam says Asankhya. Thousands of cowherd boys and thousands of calves they assembled. They were each equipped with a stick, a flute, and a horn, as well as lunch bag, and each of them was taking care of thousands of calves. All the boys appeared very jolly and happy in that excursion. Are you ready? What happens next to here? What kind of sports they play in the forest? Each and every one of them was attractive for his personal calves. The boys were fully decorated with various kinds of golden ornaments. And out of sporting propensities, they began to pick up flowers, leaves, twigs, peacock feathers, and red clay from different places in the forest, and they began to dress themselves in different ways. So apart from whatever they were dressed, they again picked up some leaves, peacock feathers, and other things, and they started putting it. While passing through the forest, one boy stole another boy's lunch package. This is the first game that they play. Somebody stole somebody's lunch box, right? And passed it to the third person. And when the boy whose lunch package was stolen came to know of it, he tried to take it back. But one threw it to another boy, and the another boy threw it to another boy. This sportive playing went on amongst the boys as childhood pastimes. The second one. When Lord Krishna went ahead to a distant place in order to see some specific scenery, the boys behind him tried to run to catch up and be the first to touch him. Aham purvam remi re. So Krishna will go and he'll run away to a far off place, and all the cowherd boys, there'll be a competition. Who can go and catch up Krishna? And they will, and who will be the first to touch him? So there was a great competition. One would say, I will go there and touch Krishna. And another would say, oh, you cannot go. I will touch Krishna first. Some of them played on their flutes and vibrated bugles made up of buffalo horn. Some of them gladly followed the peacocks and imitated the onomatopoetic sounds of the cuckoo, while the birds were flying in the sky. The third game that they were playing. So this is the first one was, what was the first game? Lunchbox. Second one? Krishna will go to a far off place and they'll run, try to catch him. The third one is the birds will be flying in the sky and they will chase their shadows. While the birds were flying in the sky, the boys ran after the birds' shadows along the ground and tried to follow their exact courses. Some of them went to the monkeys and silently sat down by them. And some of them imitated the demigod, the dancing of the peacocks. Some of them caught the tails of the monkeys and played with them. And when the monkeys jumped in a tree, the boys also followed. When a monkey showed its face and teeth, a boy imitated and showed his teeth to the monkey. Some of the boys played with the frogs on the bank of the Yamuna. And when out of fear the frogs jumped in the water, the boys immediately drove in after them, and they would come out of the water when they saw their own shadows and stand imitating, making caricatures and laughing. They would also go to an empty well and make loud sounds. When the echo came back, they would call it ill names and laugh. Like that, these cowherd boys used to play with Krishna, and all these wonderful pastimes happened in Khelanpur. But one may think, these are all some things that you're telling, very nice to hear. I just told you what is the effect of hearing this wonderful pastimes of Krishna's childhood pastimes, the effect it has on us. I want to conclude with this one thing, very simple thing which Sukadeva Goswami says. Of course, this another pastime I didn't tell you. This is a very interesting thing. So this is also mentioned in Bhagavatam. So all these cowherd boys will ask Krishna to close his eyes, and Krishna will follow whatever these cowherd boys are telling. He'll close his eyes and he'll sit there, and then they'll ask him to open his mouth, and he'll open his mouth, and they'll bring a thorny fruit or a thorny flower and put it in Krishna's mouth, and when Krishna feels the pain, they'll laugh. And so, but what we need to always understand, and this is what our acharyas also tell us. There's a verse which comes in Bhagavatam, the 10th canto, it's spoken by Sukadeva Goswami. He's telling, Itham satam brahma sukhanubhutya dasyam gatanam paradaivatena maya shritanam naradarakena sakam vijruhu kritapunya punja. Itham satam brahma sukhanubhutya. You know, there are this impersonalists, the Gyanis, they work so hard. They do so much of austerities. For what? Itham satam brahma sukhanubhutya. To experience that brahma sukha. The experience, the happiness of merging with Brahman. Not easy to obtain. Very difficult. Itham satam brahma sukhanubhutya. Dasyam gatana paradaivatena. There are some other people who worship the deity form of the Lord in a mood of servant. Dasyam, servitude. Dasyam gatanam paradaivatena. Or there are other people, Maya Shritanam Naradarakena, people who are under the influence of external energy of the Lord, Maya Ashritanam, who have taken shelter of Maya, the people, most of the people in this material world, they consider Krishna's pastime to be Naradarakena. It's just ordinary child who's doing something. Oh, my child is also like that, something like that. Maya Shritanam Naradarakena. But Sukadeva Goswami is telling, Sakam Vijruhu Kritapunya Punja. Sakam Vijruhu Kritapunya Punja. Look at the fortune of this cowherd boys. What a great fortune they have got. They are getting a chance to play with Krishna face to face, touch him, and be around him. Sakam Vijruhu Kritapunya Punja. How much of pious credits they would have accumulated in their life. In this way, all the cowherd boys used to play with Krishna, who is the source of Brahman effulgence for Gyanis, desiring to merge into the effulgence, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead for devotees, who have accepted eternal servitorship, and who for ordinary persons is but another ordinary child. So the first one, who is the source of Brahman effulgence for Gyanis, Itham Satam Brahma Sukhanubhutya, desiring to merge into that effulgence, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead for devotees who have accepted eternal servitorship, Dasyam Gatana Paradaivatin, and who for ordinary persons, Maya Shritana Naradarakena, is but another ordinary child. The cowherd boys, having accumulated the results of pious activities for many lives, were able to associate in this way with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sakam Vijruhu Kritapunya Punja. How can one explain their great fortune? This is what Sukadeva Goswami says. Not ordinary. These are not ordinary cowherd boys, illiterate village, living in a village. They are exceptional. They have accumulated great pious credit. And this is what Sukadeva Goswami is telling. How can one explain their great fortune? So on this day where we have assembled in this place called Khelanvan, what we should meditate? What should be our meditation? The meditation that we should have on this day, where Krishna was performing his wonderful childhood sporting activities, the pastimes of Krishna with the calves and the cowherd boys, we should remember, or we should understand the difficult, the miserable life that we are leading in this material world, and the invitation that the Lord has to come and be part of that wonderful pastimes of Krishna. Being there in that position where we can experience this eternal bliss. Spiritual world is full with all this nectarian pastimes of the Lord. If we are just simple in our heart, if we allow, bhakti is such a joyous process. Hearing, chanting, dancing, feasting, where is the difficulty? That's what Prabhupada says. If we engage in those activities properly with the right mood and pray to Krishna to remove all the complications in our heart, to remove all the envies in our heart, Actually, all the demons which are killed by Krishna in Vrindavan, they represent some things. And all those demoniac tendencies are there within our heart, which prevent us to come and participate in devotional activities. But when those demoniac tendencies are removed from our heart, we can participate uninhibitedly, without any inhibitions. We can participate wholeheartedly and experience the same joy, the same bliss, the same position as that of the cowherd boys. So this is the pastime for today. Now we will have Damodara Ashtakam, and tomorrow we will go to another beautiful place called Ram Ghat. So stay tuned to know what is that place and have sufficient meditation on this wonderful fortune of these cowherd boys who got a chance to be there with Krishna throughout and enjoy this wonderful pastimes with Krishna. Khelan Ban ki
Jai.
Okay. Ankit is awake. I think the rest are asleep. Can we have one more time? Khelan Ban ki
Jai.
Rajmandal Parikrama ki
Jai.